Hello, my name is Captain Jim Daly. I have something special to show you today. This is called a silver star. It's not all silver, as you can see. There's a little tiny silver star right in the middle. It's mostly bronze. Also, there are red, white, and blue ribbon stripes. And in the middle of those stripes is an oak leaf cluster. That means this recipient was awarded 2 silver stars. On the back is my name, Captain James Daly. And above that is engraved the reason for the award: gallantry in action. It's the 3rd highest military honor given to a soldier when he or she decides to fight for the United States of America in a war. Above it is the Distinguished Service Medal, and the highest military honor is the Congressional Medal of Honor. I hope someday to pass this on to my relatives. It's my hope that I can tell you the story of how I received that silver star flying in the skies over Italy during World War II. I was born in Ponca City, Oklahoma, and I'm proud to be called an Okie. I was studying at Northern Oklahoma Junior College in Tonkawa, Oklahoma, when I heard the terrible news. Japan, without warning, bombed our base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, out in the Pacific Ocean. It was an event that changed my life. Soon, we were not only at war with Japan, but Germany as well. I knew I had to do something. Soon after the attack on Pearl Harbor, after Christmas of 1941, I took a bus ride down to Oklahoma City and went to the Army recruitment station. After basic training and tests that I took, I qualified to become a pilot. And in late 1943, I was ready. About 6 months after I received my wings, we heard about D-Day. The Allied forces attacked the mainland of Europe on the coastline of France, and they held on. And where I was stationed, in Italy, it seemed like the Jerry's, the Germans, began fighting back, well, like crazy. I was stationed in Pisa, Italy, northern part of Italy, along with my wingman, Tommy Tomlinson. We were both members of the 346 Fighter Squadron, the Checkerboard Squadron. We were called that because each of the P-47 Thunderbolts in our squadron had a checkerboard painted on the tail rudder to help identify us. By this time, I had named my P-47 Hell's A-Poppin', after a swinging, jazzy movie that I liked. Tommy had named his P-47 Iron Mountain. He was a kid from Iron Mountain, Michigan. It was October 31st, 1944, Halloween. Our mission that day was to fly over northern Italy looking for targets of opportunity. When we took off that morning, we saw clouds in the sky. We thought those clouds might give us cover if we saw targets below us on the ground. As we went further and further northward toward the Alps, the clouds got thicker and thicker. That may help to explain what happened next. Because as we broke through a series of clouds right above us, there were as many as 50 Me-109s, and 16 were sent down to take care of Tommy and me. Well, have you ever been in a tough situation before where you didn't know quite what to do? If we tried to run away to evade the enemy, we could more easily been shot down. You see, they had altitude and gravity was on their side as they went toward us. And I didn't want to die running away from the enemy either. So I yelled to Tommy over the radio, "Bank hard right." And we flew into them with guns blazing. And it was just a matter of him covering my tail and me covering his. He was able to shoot down 2, probably another. I shot down 1, probably another, before the Jerrys broke off the attack, completely disorganized. We had escaped. But Tommy's plane had been damaged. The tail wheel had been nearly shot off. The tail wheel is important when you land the P-47, but also when you do land, to move it around, to maneuver it on the ground. Tommy couldn't do that. As we neared Pisa, he radioed to the tower and got permission to land, but to get out of the plane as quickly as he could. And it was fortunate that he did, because a heavier C-47 cargo plane landed, couldn't stop in time, and crashed into the tail end of Iron Mountain. Fortunately, no one in the C-47 was injured. Well, when the story got around to the rest of the squadron, it seemed to raise the spirits of our men. The Stars and Stripes, the Armed Forces newspaper, ran the story, and even some papers in the United States carried the story. For that day's mission, both Tommy and I were awarded the Silver Star for gallantry in action.